guys, welcome back to The Spike. My name is Lex, representing the Green Bay Packers. I'm joined here with Mr. Corey Thompson of the Detroit Lions. We got Mr. Kareem Reed of the Philadelphia Eagles, Mr. Levon Lane of the Chicago Bears, Mr. Axelrod representing them down low, dirty New Orleans Saints, and then Mr. Devontae Crowder representing them dirty Dallas Cowboys, guys. So, as you guys have seen, we've just witnessed the end of Week 2 in football. There was a bunch of ass-whooping, there was some dominance, there was some middle ground, there was a whole bunch of shit. But obviously, we're going to start off with the show. We had a division rivalry between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. I don't even want to decide who goes first between y'all two, but tell me about your game, tell me what you saw, and what are you looking forward to next?
We're going to let the winner go first. Go ahead, Corey.
Oh, okay. I appreciate it. Oh, that game. Totally Detroit Lions football. You know, we were picking on all cylinders, the total yards, passing, golf was looking good, Gibbs, defense was a little shaky earlier. They was getting the turnovers, takeaway, but we just wanted to capitalize on scoring. But, like I said, I give it 4 weeks to see where we really, looking like. But as far as, somebody at work would ask me about Ben Johnson and what I think, do I miss him? I said, man, the way we were looking Sunday, I think we're starting to forget about Ben Johnson. Like I said, give him a couple more games. We got the Baltimore Ravens that Monday night, so that's going to be another test.
Yeah.
A true test right there. But as far as the overall game, man, I like it.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm seeing.
Why, Mr. Levon Lane? This might be the first crash out, man. What's up with the Chicago Bears, man?
I can't crash out, dog.
I was about to say, don't do it. Don't crash out.
No. Corey, I can't crash out. Man, I'm going to start like this. And I got a few more words than what Corey got to say because he blow us out. Ain't nothing really too much Corey can say, which is, I understand. But I have a lot to say because of our expectations. One thing, all right, let's start off. Jared Goff, that man was like 80%, 5 touchdowns.
Fire.
And against our 5th most expensive defense in the NFL. So, yes, we know, our defense, we put some money in a defense, and that was a good early test. Yes, it's game 2, but at the same time, I don't think I can blame. It's a lot of things I can blame. I can blame offense, defense, coaching, blah, blah. I can blame a lot of things, but at the end of the day, I'm going to go back to my general manager. Man, my general manager, since he's been there, he has as a general manager with multiple coaches.
What's his name again?
He's 22 and 51.
Poles? Is that his name?
Ryan Poles.
Yeah, okay.
Ryan Poles. So he is 22 and 51. That is 30% in the NFC North. That is horrific. And guess what? He just got extended to 2029. So his draft. Can you imagine? We had all these draft picks from the first round, and only one that was really proficient was a wide receiver. You already know who our wide receiver, Roma Dunze. He was the only proficient one that was really. Now, we got all these draft picks from last year. Can you imagine against Detroit?
Yeah.
Burden, a top receiver out of Iowa. He had 2 catches for 2 yards. All right. Our number one first round draft pick only had 3 snaps.
Why is that?
All these defensive players,
Why do you only get 3 snaps?
I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. It ain't the scheme. It ain't Ben Johnson's play calling. Like I said, holistically, it's everything. And it started with the trenches. It started with the offensive line. We getting unnecessary penalties. Even Kareem, Kareem even remember the number from last week. He keeps quoting that to me. 127.
127 is vicious.
So it's horrible, man. So right now, even in our a lot of podcasts, they trying to scream that Caleb is not the guy, and we need to go to Tyson Bajan. And I don't know. It's hard to say because showed I showed Kareem Caleb's first 2 games last year versus 2 games this year, and we looking for progression. And he's actually progressed for the first 2 games. Yes, we just talking the first 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
But man, honestly, it's a totality thing. The whole team is undisciplined. Even Ben Johnson said not his play calling, but the coaching and running the game has been inconsistent himself. So, and we got a 50-piece put on. Simple as that.
A fucking 50-piece, bro.
Yeah. We're ranch.
Yeah, we're ranch. And an extra side of lemon pepper. Like, god damn, bro. Like, and so LaVon, I have this question for you, sir.
Yeah.
Obviously, with the cost of all the players you guys have, and you previously mentioned Ryan Poles as your GM, do you think that, I mean, obviously, I've said on the show, I think Bajan should be the guy that you guys should be putting in, but obviously, you got to give Caleb a little bit more time. Now, my question for you is, do you think that Caleb is personally to blame for the lack of a passing game? Do you think it's a scheme? Do you think that he's just not that quarterback? Like, what's your outlook on that?
Yeah. Yeah, even the Eagles fan said, "No, it's not it." Let me tell you, man, it's not just leader. Everything.
Facts.
He's not, and he's got to grow. He only played 19 games now. You see what I'm saying? So even Bo Nix had an ugly game.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
But here's the funny part. At the end of the day, Dennis Allen. Thanks, Axel. I appreciate it. Dennis Allen. Man, this man gave up 73 points in the last 5 quarters on his defense. Pay no mind, we got a couple people hurt. That's injuries. But 73 points in 5 quarters?
It's abysmal. It's ass.
So, yeah, exactly. So going back to Caleb, Caleb is not the ultimate issue. Yes, he is an issue. He's not the ultimate issue. So you can't start off first down in 15, second down in 19, third down in 25. That Corey seen that probably the whole game. And it's from the offensive lineman that they got to gel together. It's a new offensive line. They got to gel together. Yeah. But, man, some of these players are just undisciplined. And the defensive line, man, we ain't got no pass rush. And Dolph was just slicing us. What Martin Mama say? Slicing and dicing. he was slicing and dicing.
And so I say one thing about Caleb?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
So y'all know, well, some of y'all might not know, but I'm a Trojan fan, right? I'm a USC Trojan fan. I before the Bears drafted Caleb, I used to tell LaVon, I don't think he got it no more. The first couple years where he was balling, first 2.5 years he was balling, that last year and a half after he get the Heisman and all this good stuff, why did we see that decline? And it was a horrible decline, real fast. Mm-hmm. It looked like everything we seen was a fluke. And I didn't think it was a fluke. And I'm a Trojan fan. I was telling everybody, I don't think he's that guy. And they still picked him first. And he just, the biggest aspect that you need, I get skill, decision-making, how fast you throw the ball, that stuff, your accuracy. It changes a little bit when you get to the league. But the more experience you get, that shit will tighten up. The most important aspect is the leadership. I don't think he's a leader at all.
I agree.
I don't think that. I don't think that team. Yeah. I don't think that team is bought into him at all. Ain't no way.
Yeah.
Y'all paid all that money for that line, and they're not focused enough to stop getting them penalties. They're not focused enough to stop letting their quarterback get pressure. Y'all spent way too much money for that. And I think that shit is leadership. I don't remember who said it last week, but, he's not playing a good game last week either. Or this past game, I don't really remember which one. But you should never be smiling on the sideline.
When you're getting your ass kicked.
When you're getting the shit beat out of you.
Yeah, that
you know what I mean? You're supposed to be You supposed to be on the sideline getting in niggas. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Step this shit up.
Right.
Do better. Be on everybody's ass, including your own. And you over there joking and laughing. I don't know any of our quarterbacks outside of obviously Levon's that not only does that, but we would have felt good about it if we was getting our ass whipped. That's not what I want to see in a leader. Everybody else pissed off and mad from getting the ass beat and you laughing and joking? Nah. You're supposed to be getting this team tightened up and ready to go. And I think that's what he lacked. And you can't teach somebody how to be a leader. He wasn't a leader the last couple years at USC. And that just translated. And I've been trying to tell people.
Yeah.
But, that's all I got to say about Caleb. He got skill, but you need more than skill to be a quarterback in the NFL.
I think there's one huge aspect of Caleb's game that is being overlooked by a lot of sports media, and I think that it's mainly his inability to make audibles and read defenses at the line. If you see, and that's another thing I've noticed too, especially this week, a lot of clutch plays that turned up to pivotal first downs, that turned up to a touchdown or getting in the field goal range to win a game. It was all really about all aspects of your offense or mainly your offense working together. Now, one thing I've never seen from Caleb, and I'm not a USC fan, so of course I didn't watch all his games when he was in college, but I really did not see him take charge at all. And I think that if you're a starting quarterback in the NFL, regardless if you're in year two, I think that you really got to be able to unite these guys, especially when you're playing behind, especially when you have back-to-back drives that are 3 and outs or ends in a fumble or something like that. You have to have a certain level of resiliency, and I don't know that that's something that can be coached into you. We talked about poise last week on talking about Shador. I don't see very much poise from Caleb Williams, but that's just my 2 cents. Levon, you want to add?
That comes back.
Go ahead.
That comes. My bad. I'm gonna let you finish.
No, I'm done.
Comes back to the leadership.
Yeah.
How many of the quarterbacks that we see at the top who we know are bona fide leaders who don't have no problems calling plays on their own, who have no problem getting niggas in line, telling niggas where to go, yelling at motherfuckers if need be, because everybody's focus matters. It's not just one person. It's 11 niggas on the field. Everybody got to focus. That's where that leadership come in. What you just said about taking control and calling audibles, reading the defense, that's a part of being a leader. That's a part of running that team. And he just doesn't have it. And it's no fault of his own. That's just not how God built him.
I'm also not really seeing him having a willing to learn mindset. I expect to see a little bit more progression at this point. I think that, Ben Johnson definitely is a confident coach. He definitely has his idea, but, I'll say this and I'll let Levon finish and we'll move on. But I think that Ben Johnson and his team, he's doing exactly what he wants to do. He doesn't want to come in and push. Because the second you prove that you're not really valuing your place on that team, I think cuts are going to start to come. Like he said this week in his press conference, they're opening up composition in a lot of these important positions. So that's something to look forward to. But Levon, you got anything else you want to add?
Yeah. Lastly, now progression is there. I ain't gonna lie, and you gotta understand. We played our first 2 games. We played our first 2 games. The teams that won 14 plus games last year.
True. Very true. Very true.
You see what I'm saying? And statistically wise, he's done better statistically playing against the 2 teams that had won 14 games last year. Last year, of course, his first year, he played worse. So there's some progression personally, but holistically, when we talking about team wise, like I said, the leadership's not there. But like Devontae said, holistically as a team, we're not clicking on no cylinders right now, on none. Especially losing to Minnesota and practically gave up 21 points in the last quarter, and then we just lost to the king of the North, the reigning king of the North, shoot by 1,000 points. So he ain't like that. He ain't like that. He ain't like. So yeah, man. So we got a lot of rebuilding to do.
Yeah,
so,
I feel that. All right, let's move on to the next. Let's talk about the Eagles. Kareem Reed. You guys went up against. You had a rematch for the Super Bowl. You went up against Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, that was a pretty interesting watch. What are your thoughts on what you saw?
quote the great quarterback Jalen Hurts, we won the fucking game.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was an ugly win. Everybody, most of my most of my Eagle fans been getting on me. And really, because I'm like, man, it's just ugly. And even AJ Brown was talking about it because they were saying, how sustainable is grinding out these wins like this, these low scoring. Of course, we didn't have many mistakes. And speaking of like holding people accountable, in one play, one of our linemen jumped offside, and you immediately see Jalen Hurts go up and try to tell him, hey, get this shit together. But so, we disciplined, but see, the problem is, I feel like with us, I think this is like our fifth offensive coordinator for Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of us, of course, when the coach want to go or he gets, a chance to go and be a head coach or, get more money, they're going to go. This is a business at the end of the day. So fifth offensive coordinator, they haven't really been able to get the connection and figure out what works for us right now.
Mm-hmm.
So as of right now, listen, like I said in the beginning, we got the fucking win. It was ugly. Hopefully, by the time we got to play a conference rival, we'll have it.
That's crazy stats. 15 for 22, 101 yards, 9 rushes for 15. That's the lowest I've seen him in a long time. That's crazy.
Yeah, listen. We were playing a good team. I can't even. And they didn't even have their main people. Their two people who could fly, Rashid Rice and Xavier Worthy. But at the end of the day, shit, I'm gonna take the win every time. I'm gonna be honest. I hope we get that offense together, but
because it's not. I ain't gonna say it's not sustainable because Kansas City did it once, but
yeah, for sure.
That's not the type of season. That's not the type of season you wanna.
No, yeah. Not really. Especially when we got so many high-powered offensive weapons. It's like, what is going on? And honestly, I've been talked to, so I'm gonna say I changed my opinion a little bit. So I'm gonna say it's the fact that our offensive coordinator and Jalen Hurts have not gotten on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
And the calls he's calling, we just got to find ways to get our wide receivers open. If we can't open up the playbook to get these wide receivers open, there's a couple teams out there that might make us pay for that. It's definitely a couple teams out there that might make us pay for that. Yeah, it's rough.
Hey, let me ask you,
who are those teams?
Man, the three that I'm going to call out is Green Bay, Detroit, and I was watching something today, and they made a really good point. The Chargers.
Yeah.
Green Bay, Detroit, and the Chargers. They the ones they the ones that can really put us in a real ugly situation.
Mm-hmm.
Real ugly situation.
Mm-hmm. Well, so, and you touched on that. I think there's another aspect to your game in particular that I find interesting, and it's what the fuck are the Kansas City Chiefs doing? Starting off 0-2? Were they getting hit by his own player week 1? Like, just nothing working. Like, it's honestly interesting to see, as much as I fucking hate the Chiefs, because on the show, we hate the fucking Chiefs.
Fuck the Chiefs.
Yeah, fuck the Chiefs, dude, like, straight up. But I think it's interesting to see, that even dynasties can fall, obviously, everybody goat rides Pat Mahomes is one of the best passers in the league, which he is. I've seen him do some shit that doesn't make sense, for sure. Like, I'm not going to lie. But like Devontae previously said, we don't want to see our teams have grindy wins. We want dominant wins in a lot of football plays. So I think that I'm happy to see Kareem. This might be one of the only times. Glad to see you whoop Kansas City's ass yet again. I think that's dope.
Appreciate it.
But also fuck the Eagles. So
sometimes
where the hostility coming from?
Where it's
sometimes it's just not a team's year, man.
Yeah.
And Kansas City does a good job of keeping that team that got them to the promised land. So, sometimes it's just not niggas' year. But they gave Pat Mahomes a 10-year deal. You can't count them niggas out.
No, you can't. You definitely
can't count them niggas out. Mm-hmm. They lost how many games last year?
Mm-hmm.
Won all these bullshit games the year before that the same way. They Yeah, that's not a team you can count out. But again, maybe it's just not their year. Maybe we're about to see somebody else be on top. We just gotta ride it out.
Ride it out. Speaking of riding it out, Devontae, the Dallas Cowboys had a really interesting yet way too close win over the New York Giants. How do you feel about that?
I haven't been stressed out. I haven't been stressed out like that from anything, from any sport, from any person, from any situation.
Real quick.
No, let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish. Nah, sit your ass down. Let him finish. Nah, sit your ass down. Devontae.
That's because I know what he's about to say.
Nah. Kareem, hush. Devontae, go ahead. Finish your statement.
Nah, that's because I know what that nigga finna say.
Well, steal his thunder. What's he about to say?
But I'm gonna let him get it off when I'm done talking. But because I was pissed, man. It was just I don't even know really what to say. It's kind of like what Kareem just said. It was an ugly win, but damn it was a fucking win, and it was a win that we needed. Starting off 0-2 would have been tragic for us. It would have definitely set niggas back. Even though we did win, though, I have a lot of shit to say about our defense. We started the season, all you motherfuckers talking about this Eberflus nigga coming from Chicago. Trash. Fucking trash. Show me something. Because the players we got on our defense are not abysmal. They're not the best, but they're not the worst.
Mm-mm.
They're enough to be right in that sweet spot. And with the type of offense we got, that could be a good spot for us.
Absolutely.
I'm not seeing nothing from this defensive coordinator that is impressing me one bit. We should not have to score. We can, but we should not have to score 35 plus points to win every game. Ain't no fucking, that's also not sustainable.
Yeah, exactly.
Them little grit and grinding games where you barely winning, it's the same thing where it's a shootout game and you barely winning. Those are not sustainable, especially when niggas show up to the playoffs because defense turns up tenfold.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know what I'm seeing from this coordinator, but we got the W. So I'm going to take a breather. And I'm going to hope that they watch a whole lot of fucking film.
Yeah.
And they figure out what needs to be done to not look like this next game. Because you know what's going to piss me off?
Who y'all play next?
Is if we lose to the niggas sitting above me. If we let Caleb come out there and do to us what Russell Wilson did to us, I am going to be livid. I don't even know what's a better word than livid. It's going to be pure rage flowing through me because ain't no way Russell Wilson is getting 455 yards on anybody else.
Looking like MVP Russell Wilson. Like, where the fuck did that come from?
This season. Where the fuck did that come from? This nigga ain't played like this in 7 years.
Literally, dude. Like, I was like, what?
What the fuck? I'm like, dude, okay. It's an early game.
Hey, Malik Neighbors, though, too. Malik Neighbors, bro. I
wake up and I look at the screen. And it's 20-something to a low number on our side. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What did I wake up to? And it just got worse and worse. Yeah, we was putting up points, but we wasn't stopping them from putting up points. Then we get to the end. Thank God for Brandon Aubrey. I love that man.
That's my kicker. That's my kicker.
Until the Lord calls me home because he is a godsend to our team. I'm gonna let Kareem finish it off. But when that last touchdown that Russell Wilson threw, it blew my fucking mind. I'm thankful we got an offense that can move the ball down the field in short time to give Brandon a chance because I couldn't believe it. And it was looking so easy. It was always there.
Mm-hmm.
Every time Russell wanted it,
his
was always
checkdowns
there.
were flawless, bro. Like absolutely
always
flawless,
there.
Bro.
And it's like I've just heard too many good things about this nigga's defensive mind, and I'm not seeing it. And I want to see elevation because we're not going to win too many more games with a last-second field goal in overtime, a full 10-minute quarter in overtime, back-to-back-to-back shootout. It's not happening.
Yeah.
I'm glad we won, but I don't want to see no more games like that. The fucking Giants, bro. Come on. None of us expected that.
All right, Vontae. So, Mr. Kareem Reed, what would you want to say up there, Puss?
I'm going to say I got a little scared in there. That's what I want to say. He turned that last touchdown that was thrown in the regular game. He turned to me, looked me in my eyes.
Oh, y'all were together.
Yeah.
Oh.
We got there at his crib. He turned to me, looked me in my eyes, said, "Let me find something to break, because if I lose, I'm breaking something in this house." I said, "What?" I almost left because I didn't want him to swing on me.
Wait till he loses to Chicago. Wait till he loses to Chicago.
I was so angry, and that's exactly what happened. It was right before the touchdown. I looked at this nigga, and I'm calm as hell. I'm like, bro, if this happens how I think it's gonna happen, I'm gonna find something in here to break. I was like, I'm gonna try not to make it too expensive, but I'm fucking breaking something.
Oh yeah.
And then 2 plays later, this nigga throw it and it fall right in this nigga hands. I'm like, oh my God. What did I do? What did I do to deserve this?
Yo, but
I don't get it.
Obviously, the Cowboys are in a tedious position with new head coach Schottenheimer. Obviously, you guys got a lot of shit to clean up on offense as well as defense. Like I said, you guys are going to go up against Chicago coming up soon. We'll talk about that tail end of the show. But for now, let's move on. Mr. Axelrod, New Orleans Saints played the 49ers, sir. What was your consensus of that scrimmage, sir?
Well, a few things I gotta say. First thing, biggest thing, you gotta stop all the stupid penalties, man. First week, 13 penalties. Second week, 7 penalties. Like, yeah, it's better, but still, like, what does that got to do with anything? Like, you're giving up almost the entire field, if not half the field, throughout the game. You haven't lost a game by less than 1 possession. You're literally showing that's what's killing you. Otherwise, you have a chance.
Yeah.
Secondly, I am enjoying seeing the development of Spencer Rattler. He looked pretty good this past Sunday. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. QBR of like 111 or something like that. Like, hey, you do that, we'll win. That's good. We can win some games with that.
It proves my prediction, Axel. It produced my prediction. I bet y'all forget what my prediction was.
I forget everything you say because you're a Bears fan. So
I don't know.
Super Bowl.
No.
Super Bowl.
The Saints are not going to the Super Bowl, bro. You're tripping, bro.
Yeah, Jordan Love's 27. So if he's, Jordan Love.
Don't start that shit, Axel. Don't start that shit, bro. Don't start that shit, man.
Green Bay Packers quarterback will win the Super Bowl this year. If not, he's not good.
Yeah, it ain't good.
If we're talking off of stats, every other great quarterback for Green Bay wins when they turn 27.
2027
this year, he doesn't win. He's not good.
Nah, what if he does? Fuck the bullshit. What if he does? Not saying.
So let's get to something that's actually important.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Other thing, I got a couple players that I want to put on blast a little bit.
Okay.
With my own team. First off, Mr. Juwan Johnson, number 1 tight end for the team right now. You just signed a 30.7. Yeah, he's tight end 1. You just signed a $30.7 million 3-year deal. Spring. You are missing
him in a draft.
balls that are hitting you right in the numbers, hitting you right in the hands. It's unacceptable. Mr. Chris Olave. You learn how to not have concussions. Second off, you need to learn how to catch the damn ball. Drop easy first downs all the time. You want $30 million a year, and you missing first down conversions when you're wide open? No. Cesar Ruiz, you were a top. I think he was a first-round draft pick, if not second. You have a 4-year, $44 million contract. You're creating back-to-back tackles for loss because you don't know how to execute your blocks on 2nd and 3rd downs. That's unacceptable. Pete Werner and what else is his name? We're just gonna go with Pete Werner. Pete Werner, you're supposed to be one of the better starters on the team, and you acting out there like you go get Gatorade and then grab a stick of butter and rub it all over your body, and you forget how to tackle people.
That's a stick of butter.
Come on, bro.
He's a sumo wrestler. That's crazy.
A stick of butter.
Unsalted.
Like, you got this young quarterback that everyone is talking shit about, who's out here balling as best as he can. We can't win a game because y'all can't make tackles. The wide receivers are getting dimes brought to them. They can't catch it. Like, you're giving up entire field penalties. The quarterback right now, in my eyes, is not the problem.
Okay.
Think y'all found your quarterback?
I wouldn't go and say that he is a star quarterback and he's going to be the face of the future for like 10 plus years, but I'm saying right now he ain't the problem.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying, because if we didn't have all these other things going on, I think we had a really good chance, honestly, to be 2-0 right now, because Arizona's not that great and 49ers are not that great either. They're riddled with injuries.
Well, we'll talk about the 49ers.
Last person I was going to bring. There's one person I did want to bring up. Mr. Chase Young. You're supposed to be one of the best, if not a top producing defensive end in the league. Am I wrong? You had all this hype. You have all this stuff. You're on a 1-year contract trying to prove yourself. You ain't proving shit right now because you missed the past 2 games with injuries. You need to take care of yourself. I don't care if that means you need to go get some damn reconstructive surgery or whatever ligament of yours that's torn up and turn into... They have the technology. They can rebuild you. They can make you better, but you got to get out there and do something, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's sad because you watch them and they have a lot of drive. They have a lot of passion. They're playing hard. It's just executing on things, making super silly mistakes.
Yeah.
And it's really bad to look like that. Because this is a really long road ahead of us if they can't get their stuff together.
Absolutely.
So all I'm hoping is we get Taysom Hill back and Foster Moreau and a couple people, and we can start doing something, man. Because right now it's like there's some glimpse of the sun, but tunnel getting a little bit longer every week. It feels like sometimes.
Yeah.
Where's Taysom Hill?
He's hurt, isn't he?
Taysom Hill, he's hurt.
Yeah.
He tore his ACL last season.
Yeah. And that's huge. That's a whole other aspect to your offense too. But hey, Axel, like I said, it's week 2. We still got a long season ahead. I'll talk about the Packers game, and then we'll go to our next topics, dude. So, on a short night, the Packers went up against the Washington Commanders on Thursday Night Football. That game was a statement for me. Obviously, I think that our defense has proven to really start to get everything flowing. Micah Parsons is obviously able to get doubled up and give a lot of other edge rushers shit. Keep laughing. Keep laughing. We whooped your ass. Remember that. He does not look, he looks fucking like a tank. And I think that he's doing good things for our defense. Y'all are just all fucking haters. But real talk, no, we made the Commanders look bad for the most of that game. I'm not going to lie. Jaden Daniels wasn't able to get a lot going. There was constant pressure from him. Somehow, with Jeff Hafley's defensive scheme, we were able to kind of, take away a lot of Jaden's footwork, especially like on those 4th down short yardage situations. I think Jordan Love played a decent game. He definitely played better week 1. I think that, obviously the injury to Jaden Reed on that one touchdown catch, obviously that was taken back to the holding from the offensive lineman. That was huge, and I hope that Jalen gets a speedy recovery. I just saw that he came out of surgery today, and he said some things that I'm not going to repeat on the show because it's bad juju. But I think the Green Bay Packers are overall in a good space. Next week, we'll talk about later in the show. But our matchup next week is definitely a little bit more of a challenge, just simply because I feel like this is a game that we're slated to win. And I think that we just need to overall get together and prove that we can keep this consistent, this momentum consistent, moving into the later weeks of the season. But honestly, I'm feeling good being a Green Bay Packers fan. I like what I'm seeing. I'm just really hoping that we can continue to, place people in the appropriate position so that these injuries can kind of start to sort themselves out as we move into the later games of the season. But like I said, it's week 2. Packers 2-0. But guys, with that being said, we're going to take a quick intermission. We'll be right back, and we'll be talking about some injuries. All right, guys, welcome back to The Spike. So now I want to talk a little bit about a huge injury for the AFC. So obviously, Joe Burrow suffered a grade 3 turf toe, and he's going to miss a minimum of 3 months. He definitely had to have an emergency procedure done. This is going to put a huge wrench in that division. Obviously, a lot of people expected the Bengals to have the capacity to be a playoff team. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are two of probably the quarterback-receiver combos in the entire league. This is a shit show. And obviously, the Bengals are shopping around other teams and kind of trying to get some other quarterback to come in and possibly fill a void. I know that we just released one of our practice squad QBs, Sean Clifford, to go to, get in that mix. I think there's other couple quarterbacks. They have another starter that's going in there. But to be real, they're in panic mode. Obviously, with their mediocre defense, they need someone who can guarantee them points on the board in order to win, a lot of these games. Because, I think everybody on this show will agree the Bengals defense has been notoriously dog ass for several years now. That literally. Literally. And there's something to be said too about the status of O-lines and their place in the longevity of these quarterbacks' careers in this league. You guys made the comparison to Andrew Luck. I don't remember who said that. Somebody want to go there? Talk about that? Go ahead, Kareem.
Man, I feel like Andrew Luck was on the road that he could have been a Hall of Famer. I feel like my man right now is also in the same boat. Him, Jamar Chase, that duo is epic.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely epic. Yeah.
You can't become a Hall of Famer looking from your back every other play. Mm-hmm. And at this point,
especially
I feel like whoever the GM was at the Colts, whoever was at the Colts when Andrew Luck was there is now at the Bengals. Mm-hmm. And he's still making the same decisions. It's like the Bears, even though it's not working out for them as of right now. They got to have some growing pains right now. Mm-hmm. But to spend money to go get a line should always be at the top of your list.
Absolutely.
Even if you put rookies, you pull in from the draft and you may make some moves and, trades. But, I don't know. I'm still young, so I don't know if there ever was a time
unlike some people on the show.
Oh, damn, that was crazy. You gonna let me talk to you like that, Papa?
No, that's
Don't let me
talk to you like that, no.
But I don't know when it became not cool to go to quarterback.
I don't think it's never not that cool. The second most important position on the team.
He's building up for
Pop here buffering, bro. He's got a steam engine going.
That ain't buffering.
He got something.
That ain't buffering.
He got something. He got something planned for you.
Yeah, he definitely did.
But no, my back, Kareem. Go ahead.
Like Lonte was saying, it ain't. When you gonna protect his blind side, his front? He get hit from so many different angles. And what I don't know all his injuries. Somebody just said him. I don't know who.
Axel, what was it you said his injuries were his rookie year?
His rookie year, he missed the final 6 games of the 2020 season after tearing his ACL, PCL, MCL, and meniscus.
I think those are all the same injuries as Andrew Luck. Why Andrew Luck was like, yeah, I'm out. I can't do this no more. I think maybe some of those are different, but I believe some of those were the same as Andrew Luck.
And those are bad injuries, too.
Close. Close.
Yeah. I believe that's a common occurrence that your quarterback's going to get smacked up, miss the most important part of the season, the back end of the season, and then you're just like, oh, okay, let's get him another wide receiver. Fuck that. Give me somebody to take my side. Mm-hmm. I think the Bengals will go nowhere if they decide to not, give that young man any help.
Yeah.
He's been sacked 201 times, I believe.
Yeah.
His whole career or something like that.
It's abysmal. And see, this begs the question. Levon touched on it a little bit when he was talking about the Bears, but at what point is the GM to blame for Joe Burrow's medical condition? Literally, you already know you
80%.
have literally 80%, but you already know you have one of the best quarterback receiver combos the league's seen in recent years. And you don't build around that? Have we ever talked about the Bengals defense being good? In the past decade? not particularly, you know?
Yeah.
And even the year they made it to the Super Bowl, that was because they had an amazing scoring offense, you know? And this makes the question, too.
Yep.
Like, I mean, guys, we've shouted this on the show, that injuries are going to be an absolute, you know, tangent or decider in, you know, who gets to go where this season. And health is kind of one of the, you know, up in the air aspects of the season. Like, we've already seen a bunch of injuries. Hell, the first week, my fantasy team was fucked. Like, literally. Like, and it's just like, and it's dumbass injuries and honestly not protecting the quarterback. But I don't know. I think that the Bengals are definitely in a place to where I don't know what their cap's looking like. I can't say it there. Axel, I'll go to you next. I don't know what their cap's looking like, but I don't know for sure if they can recover from this, because I don't think any of the quarterbacks they have on that team even put up half the production that Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have. Axel, what would you have to say?
Look, man, I know, like, as a quarterback, especially when you make it pro, every kid wants to go pro and start NFL games and all that stuff. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. If I was a quarterback, I got told that I got traded and I was gonna be starting for the Bengals right now, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed because I know I'd be running more than a running back.
Yeah. Literally. That's your only hope. And that's like I said, like, you know, there's certain circumstances where you can put a player in and he can perform. Like Malik Willis being plucked from Tennessee and thrown on our team last year. Obviously, we were able to clutch week 2 and week 3 victories, but like we had a line. You know what I mean? This guy had time, you know, or he didn't actually have time, but it's like, I think that the Bengals are kind of purposely not addressing a part of their game in order to invest in the most entertaining aspect of the game from a business model. And I don't think that that's really what you do. Like, I mean, we look at teams like the Eagles. We look at teams like Detroit, you know, the Packers even. We're starting to put players in place that make our old headaches null and void. And I just see a lot more of the same from Cincinnati Bengals. But, I mean, if you guys are really going to take it there.
I got something to say about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Andrew Luck, one of his one of the reasons why, of course, Kareem, I know you mentioned his knee and everything in all angles. Well, one of the major ones was he had a lacerated liver, I believe.
Holy
that was it. Yeah, you have a lacerated liver. You only got one liver. You know. Yeah.
Damn.
You get that liver. Yeah.
He's been getting his ass beat, bro. Like, his ass beat. That's crazy, dude.
I know Caleb, he got sacked a lot of times in his first year, but I don't know. Like, Luck, he got
dogged, bro. He got dogged. You know?
He got beat. So that's what I'm saying. So when you talk about lacerated organs, that's a place where you're gonna have to call timeout to your physicians. Like, hey, I need to deal with my life, and that's what exactly Luck did.
The opposite of what Tua does.
I got a family. Yeah, exactly.
The only
Tua.
The only difference,
Tua like this.
Yeah,
you know,
the difference that I see, even with Tua, Andrew. Lions aren't the best. Yeah, they got sacked a lot. But Andrew Luck put his body at risk a lot, too. You know, when you're a quarterback, man, if you're going to be forced to run, when it's time to run, you got to know how to protect your body. Mm-hmm. He took a lot of unnecessary shots. I've seen Joe Burrow take a couple of unnecessary shots when he's trying to run and make something out of nothing, but not as often. He's a smart quarterback. It's that line. And it's like Imorie was talking about, I don't know if it's on purpose. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's like that line is not being beefed up for some reason. We've seen players come and go. We watch everybody draft, do what they do. They're not trying to protect Joe at all. So that's a little bit of a difference that I see in, you know, those careers. But whether your offensive line is letting you get beat up or you making bad decisions, you shouldn't be taking that damage regardless.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
You know, I feel bad for him because he's a Hall of Fame quarterback for real.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could be.
Which one?
You know what I mean?
Which one y'all rather have? Y'all rather have an offensive line that is giving holding penalties, false starts, or offensive line getting your quarterback smashed?
That's a fucking terrible question. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even want him. Like that's
neither.
I
don't want either. I don't want to get.
You gotta choose
I don't want
one.
to get fat. I don't gotta choose nothing. We've seen impeccable offensive lines out here before that don't do none of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, we talking about the bad offensive line.
Yeah,
I mean that. Shit, I don't know. I'd rather motherfuckers just be trash at blocking instead of fucking constantly pushing me back 5 yards for me doing nothing. You stupid fucking.
Yeah. Look, can I ask you guys a question?
Stupid, not focused professionals. What the fuck?
Yeah. Let me ask you guys a question. At any point, and this could be an outline of this question here, does Cincinnati consider the trade capital they would get from get rid of Joe Burrow?
I don't think they would ever do that. I don't think they would do that.
Yeah,
why would you do that?
I mean,
who are you gonna get?
Nah, they wouldn't do that, especially with the chemistry.
Who are you gonna get that is gonna replace Joe? Even if it's like
I don't really think there's. I think there's a handful of quarterbacks, and I don't think any of them are leaving their teams.
I don't think there's anybody replacing Joe Burrow. He might be.
They're gonna get Malik Willis.
No, the fuck they're not. The fuck they're not. They're not getting Malik. I'll tell you right the fuck now. Fuck that. I will fight them niggas. I will drive to fucking Cincinnati and whoop some ass. Even if I go to jail. Nah, you can't have them. No.
Just pure skill and presence as a quarterback. Joe Burrow might be the best in the league.
Yes.
Top 3 at least. So
yeah.
Who do you get? Who do you get for him? And then it's like,
money,
okay,
bro.
Yeah,
I get it, but that's what everybody's doing now.
Yeah, it is, money. And it's only going to get worse.
Everybody's money for paid. Like multiple wide receivers, though. They have 2-star.
If everybody's getting paid too much money, that part, the receivers. Maybe they can give up. What's the other Higgins?
T. Higgins. Yeah, T. Higgins.
Maybe they can try to get rid of him.
But my question,
maybe bring a medium, bring like a mid-level somebody that can like do half his job, and maybe like a lineman or something. I don't know. They need to do something to bring.
Well, I mean, I only posed the question because
even if because Joe is going to be out, you still got to protect the backup quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You got to protect.
And see, that's exactly the point. Whoever goes there is going to get destroyed. And this is why I posed the question because, like, if you're thinking long term, like I think we already even said it on the show this season. Joe Burrow gets hurt every year. Like, is that like a given? Like, he gets hurt every fucking year and misses hella games. But when he's in, he's on fire. So, like, and when you're looking at this too from like the macro perspective, like, it's a question of, can they afford to let him get hurt again? Even after this 3 months or whatever, he heals, he comes back. What if it happens again? You see what I'm saying? Like, go ahead, Axel.
Yeah. I will say, here's the fun stat for the day. Joe Burrow played, of course, not even the full game. He's only played like one and a little bit of that last one.
Mm-hmm.
It was 21 for 36, 189 yards, and 2 touchdowns in that time. The backup that came in that game, Jake Browning.
Yeah, Browning.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Threw 21 for 32, more yards, 241 yards.
Oh, shit.
2 touchdowns. But here's what makes him worse. Of course, he made less incompletions, right?
Mm-hmm.
He made about 4 less incompletions, but he has 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
You take those interceptions out, I'd be like, damn, you don't really need Joe.
Yeah, exactly. And then plus, you got to think about their conference too. Everybody's trying to beef up their defensive schemes too. Like, I mean, they got to worry about Baltimore, and like that's a whole ass fucking smorgasbord of issues. But I think that this injury is definitely going to, that's why I said it in the way I posed the question. This is going to shape the AFC as a whole, because I mean, dude, no matter what the fuck, if there's even a chance, I've seen Joe Burrow play in a fucking wild card spot and get to the big game, not win, but get there. And I think that's something. But I mean, dude, I know Joe's got to be pissed at some point, and I just don't know. And then since we're talking injuries, dude, Brock Purdy went down too. That's something. Like the NFC. I mean, I know that he just got his huge contract, but dude, like there's something there's a bug in the air. I'm not going to put it on anybody, but there is a bug in the air to where if these teams aren't able to facilitate a good offensive line to keep these passers protected, dude, people are going to fuck their seasons up off of negligence. And I think that's just a bad place to be, you know?
The thing that makes me feel bad about Joe is I can tell he loves football.
Yeah.
It ain't about the money. Yeah, he's gotten blessed with crazy big contracts. He deserves it because he has the skill. He's definitely top 3 in the league. But, oh, my God, I know that nigga loves football. So to just have to, like you just said, I know at some point you got to be pissed.
Yeah.
To keep getting hurt like this, to keep not being protected, possibly can look at that as not really being valued, even though they gave you money. Money don't always mean everything if they letting you ruin your career by staying here and getting beat on left and right. I feel bad for him in that aspect because, man, I know, like we've all watched him. We've seen what that nigga do in big games. He's a straight dog.
Yeah.
And, man, you know, I'd love to see him.
I would too. I like it.
If a team had to come out the AFC,
yeah,
I'd love Joe to get out the AFC, but
he's got demons to deal with, and that's mainly due to his GM in front office. You know, and speaking of GM in front office, it's kind of a weird segue. I feel like in week 2, going into week 3, there's already a couple of quarterbacks, or excuse me, there's already a couple of head coaches who are in the hot seat. For example, I think Mike McDaniel is fucking one of them at Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Like, Miami as an organization is dog shit. I think Tyreek Hill has not had a pass over 30 yards this year. I'm pretty sure. That's not good for him. You know, you have this super fast guy, and, you know, Tua as a whole, and I know we're talking about quarterbacks a lot on the show. Dude, Tua's clock is ticking, you know, like he's been concussed a record number of times. You know,
he needs to retire.
Yeah, I think so too. And like that's like Levon stated, there's a certain point where, you know, you have liver lacerations and shit like that. You have to put your own longevity over the game. And, you know, I think when we talked about it, I don't remember if it was in the after show last week or whatever. Dude, Tua is like the 6th highest quarterback in the league or something like that. Like, and that's a lot of fucking money you have. But see, this is a double-edged sword too. This is kind of a double question because, like, if you guys really look at it, you really got to take into account that the contracts that each of these quarterbacks are getting every year is going to have negative, you know, ramifications depending on the health of that player down the line. So I'm starting to see a lot of teams having to pick and choose when they're going to invest in these, you know, these edge rushers, you know, invest in these centers, invest in these right guards, you know, and it's like those positions are definitely going to be the people who have the you know, the biggest impact on like a team's, you know, longevity, regardless of if you win the football game, but you take one player out, they're fucked for like the next couple of weeks, you know, and I think there's something too that said that, you know, like these players this you know, these past couple seasons, they don't seem as tough as they used to be. That could be partially due to the refs rules. That could be partially due to a lot of things. But I don't know. I'm just starting to see a lot of problematic negligence on, you know, as far as staff and personnel to make you protect your players in your football team. But I mean, more so than that, like I said, only time will tell. Yeah. But anything? I got anything else?
Yeah.
No. Okay, cool. All right, we'll take a quick intermission. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk about our Week 3 matchups. Be right back. All right, boys. So we're talking about week 3. Obviously, the Chicago Bears have a pretty interesting matchup on the Dallas Cowboys. Mr. Lane, what are your thoughts moving into this matchup week 3?
Well, it's going to be a very tough matchup. To be real talk with you, Dallas coming off a big win. And so they got the momentum. They got the hype. They got the quarterback. They got the nation behind them as America's team. Ain't that right, Kareem? So,
yeah, fuck you.
So, yeah, right. But here's the thing. You know, I'm going to put it like this. Overall speaking, yes, we've been slammed by being 0-2 in the division already. And I'm gonna put this little nugget out there. There's haven't been no Bears team that went 0-2 and went to the playoffs in their existence. And here's the thing with that also, there's only one team that went 0-2 starting off and actually went to the playoffs, and that was the Bengals when we talk about Boomer and Size back in the days. Yeah, that was only one team that went 0-2 and went to the playoffs because each game is so critical, and we coming up on Dallas coming into our hometown. It's about pride now. It's like you got to pull your bootstraps up and smack somebody in the mouth. I don't care what it takes. And Caleb, even though his progression is slightly increasing, I'm talking about holistically our offensive line and defensive line. Yes, Dallas don't have Michael Parsons no more. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Eberflus is coming back home to Chicago. Eberflus, yeah. That's exactly what we want him to do. Come back, and we need to smack his defense in the mouth. And so because we know his scheme personally. So if we lose this,
y'all got
it's
problems.
because we got a whole bunch of problems. And with the fact that the last time Dallas came to Chicago, I think we won. However, this is a whole situation with the coaching staff, with Eberflus, the defense coordinator. We know we just had him 9 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Running our defense. So we should know what to expect. And the wisdom of Ben Johnson should know what to expect. Taylor should know what to expect because that was his head coach.
Yeah.
So with the fact that this is going on, if we get a chance to win this, I think we're gonna be on a roll. I think we'll be on a roll, but I just think we'll probably win this by a field goal.
All right. We've seen that Dallas can be, pretty painful when it comes to field goals. But I'll tell you, what do you think?
Eberflus. That's all I can say. He needs to.
This is his game.
This is yes. This is his game to lose. He'll win because I'm not worried about y'all defense. I ain't gonna lie to you. We finna cook y'all. Y'all better. Caleb better have a high flying game because we gonna put up some points, and that's the only way y'all gonna beat us is if y'all matching point for point. And the only reason I say if is because we saw what the fucking Giants did against this Eberflus defense. And we've seen what the Eagles, I ain't seen nothing good. Nothing good. First 2 games, I get it early, still seen nothing good. Y'all have weapons on offense that can do something if a defense is caught slipping. We've been caught slipping quite a few times in the first 2 games. We've been caught slipping enough for about 4-5 games already.
Yeah.
In 2 games. That's all I'm focused on is that this defense, if this Eberflus nigga, whoever he is, if he got some type of pride within himself, within his scheme, within his job, within his career, he will make sure that, like he just said, we finna go into Chicago and smack all you niggas in the mouth. That's what needs to happen. I'm not worried about the offense putting up numbers. I'm worried about the defense letting you niggas put up numbers too. So I still think we're gonna win because if it is gonna go point for point, you gotta score a lot of points to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Especially if they rolling. So I think we're gonna win. I don't know. Hopefully by I want to see us win by at least 10. I don't want to see no field goal. I don't want to see no last second win. I don't want to see no 3-point win. I want to see a 2-possession win. So that's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
I'm not gonna pick a score.
But no, you don't gotta pick a score.
I want to see us win by at least 10. I want to see us win by at least 10. I want to see that defense. Give me a couple turnovers. That's what I want to see, and then
Okay. All right. So moving on,
Hold on.
Reason I say this, reason I say what I said was because the simple fact that we have a mastermind as a play caller.
Oh, here we go.
He is very intellectual. Corey knows this.
Yeah, he is. I'll give him that.
Yes.
But he's 0-2.
Thank you.
Now, actually, we have to execute. And actually, our 0-2 is, defense.
Hey, somebody want to throw this man a life jacket?
Offense too. All them penalties come from defense.
Like I say, if your offense starting off first and 15, second and 25 all the time.
That ain't got nothing to do with your defense.
No, but here's the thing. I said yes, defense and then offense. Now, if you want to talk defense, yes, we giving up a lot of points. At the same time, we have that's what I'm saying. On the other hand, we have a mastermind offensive play caller. Caleb has to hit his throws. Because even when, just think about it, Caleb missed throws. How many times y'all seen Caleb miss throws?
A lot.
And a wide receiver wide open.
His whole fucking career.
But I'm just talking about this year with Ben Johnson, where a wide receiver was wide open.
Too many times.
I'm telling you now, Caleb's going to
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. The scheme is wide open. He has to connect. So Corey, he can scheme a play open. Caleb has to connect. If he does connect, Dallas in trouble.
Okay. So moving on, interesting to see that. We're going to definitely be talking about that next week, so don't worry about that. Papa, them Detroit Lions, boy, going up against the Baltimore Ravens. How you feeling, Papa?
Well, this going to be a test. News test. We go to Baltimore, and we only played Baltimore. I think the overall series like 7 times, man. They 6-1 against us, and only beat them one time. But, like I said, we got Dan Campbell, and still trying to see what's what. But I feel pretty confident that we can pull it off. Just like I said, limit mistakes because I think Baltimore, Detroit, we are one of the teams considered as Super Bowl bound. I think it's Kansas City, Buffalo, and the Eagles, the other team. They picked to go to the Super Bowl. So
Kareem got that belt.
A good matchup. Oh yeah, he got the belt. He's the champ. Like I'm the champion of the NFC North. But like I said, I really think that we just play a good mistake-free game. We can come out victorious over the Ravens. Can't take any team for granted, but definitely, there's definitely going to be a test to see where we at.
Papa, let me ask you a question. So when you're going up against a high-powered offense in the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson, obviously there's a huge, spot you got to cover with him being able to rush out of the pocket. Obviously, we watched you guys play last week. We haven't really seen you guys put a metric shit ton of pressure on a quarterback yet. Do you think that this is the week you guys tweak the scheme to kind of bring that pressure? Because obviously, that's how he's going to eat you. That's how he's going to hurt you up, running on the outside, picking up first downs. What are your thoughts about that, especially with the new defensive coordinator?
Yeah, I think Kevin Shepard, he'll make adjustments or whatnot. He take it game by game. The same thing that was, matter of fact, when they were talking about Hutchinson, really wasn't, putting pressure on the quarterback. And he said, Hudson's an elite player, along with other elite players. He said, I'm not going to give away my scheme, what I'm going to do, but we will make adjustments. So I think Kevin Shepard, they're going to study. But even like with a defense going against a mobile quarterback, you can do everything right, but that doggone quarterback can be the one that can break you, kill you no matter what, you know what I'm saying? So I think he's going to make the adjustments as far as try to make Lamar uncomfortable, and you know what I'm saying, to make mistakes. But I think
that you guys are in a unique position with this game. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I think you guys are in a unique position with this game because this solidifies whether you guys are keeping it rolling. You know what I mean? Obviously, week 1, we got the best of you. Week 2, you put a stomping on somebody, but that next game is a very valuable point because, you want to build the chemistry with these players. You want to see new things go well. You know what I mean? And obviously, like, as much as I fucking hate the Detroit Lions, you guys are definitely, you have the personnel in place to be able to beat these people. But when you're playing out-of-conference teams, especially the Baltimore Ravens, like you said it yourself, you guys only played like 7 times, you can remember, and they whooped your ass. But obviously, they were playing a different Detroit Lions team. But My question is, do you think that this can cause put the NFC as a conference on notice over the AFC as far as how many good football teams there are? Or do you think it's just another game, just another week 3 game?
I think it could put us, on the map as far as, taking us seriously. Some people still, Detroit, y'all ain't gonna do nothing. Even though what we did last year, we didn't do what I wanted to be done last year. But with Dan Campbell,
I think James had something to say about that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out, James.
Every year,
Yep.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna get on that clip as soon as he get on. But anyway, like I said, each year Dan Campbell, his season has been 1-1 all his season, and that's how he started. So I guess that's his trend, tradition, or whatnot. But like he did say after we beat the Bears, he said the chemistry was coming. The chemistry showed in that game versus playing against the Green Bay Packers. So like I said, it's one game at a time, and I keep on saying by week 4, these teams should know their identity by then, or what you gonna do. Team, this, that, and the other. So
okay, cool. Papa, like I said, great stuff. Moving on, Philadelphia Eagles. Y'all going up against somebody that might sneak up and butt you on your ass in the Los Angeles Rams, bro. He got the belt out. Here he go. Oh, my God, bro. Where is James when you need him, dog? Oh, my God.
You know what's crazy? Listen.
He's not allowing that.
He's not allowing that.
I'm not even talking to y'all because I know I'm not. I know he's gonna watch this.
He's watching it for sure.
Next time,
what you gonna say to him?
He's gonna have something to say. So
oh my God!
James, and this is what I'm gonna say to James because he asked me this question when we first met. He said, "Was you nervous to play us?" And I said, he said the same thing y'all love to say. Man, you ain't sound too confident. And then I had to remind him. I said, James, how many times you play y'all? I said twice. I said, James, how many times we beat y'all? He said twice. I said, all right, then I ain't never said. All y'all can know that. But you know what? Let me rephrase that. They call me Mr. Belt the Ass Jr. because Mr. Belt the Ass Senior is Jalen Hurts. So come get this Belt the Ass. You know what? I'm the third because the second is Saquon Barkley. We love putting Belt the Ass. We love putting feet on people. We love putting hands on people. And if your quarterback gets too close, he might spit on you. So
that's crazy, man. That's crazy, dude. This getting clipped,
Oh my God. James gotta come on next episode.
Don't let the name City of Brotherly Love fool you because we ain't got no love for you. Don't come here with the bullshit. You won't have no bullshit. So, Mr. Belt the Ass number 3. That's what they call me.
Mr. Belt the Ass number 3. How many passing touchdowns does Jalen Hurts have so far?
He ain't got that, but he ran.
How many does he have so far? And the Rams got a fucking defense. I'm just putting this out there. And offensively, they have Devontae Adams. You're forgetting.
And they had Cooper Nakua.
And
they also got that. I got Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? They call him Guantanamo Bay.
You been complaining about that nigga all season.
Hey, listen, brother. I ain't got time to hear that shit. They call my 2 white boys Clint. All right? Clint shit down out here. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe one of them.
No, both of them. They do it maybe one. All right? Listen, you can tell me, hey, listen, Devontae, did you beat me? Fuck no, you did.
You did.
You right. So,
you're right. And your niggas still got cooked. How does CD still?
Hold on, Devontae. Let him finish.
You won the game. That's what
he
said.
Ain't nothing important.
Nah. I know. Trust me. There's a method to my madness. Finish your talk your shit.
2-0. You know what I'm saying? I know Green Bay don't like us, but it's fuck y'all. I know the Detroit Lions don't like us, but it's fuck y'all. I ain't gonna talk too much about my man LeVon right here, only because I want him to spank that ass on Dallas Cowgirls when the game starts. I hope he
sound like Olympia.
He does, doesn't it? He does.
In their ass. You know what I'm saying? So, all y'all got something to say. Y'all can go ahead and say it. But guess what? 2-0, baby.
Papa,
2-0.
You got something you want to say?
Oh, no, I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just going to hold this up because he talking a lot of shit.
I'm talking big shit.
And to be continued.
Will be addressed.
And I'm just not gonna lie. Kareem, you come on the show, and you've definitely made it way more hype having a fourth caliber NFC team in here. Obviously we're all NFC teams, but having somebody in here. You have not met your fucking match. Because when I tell you, James Robinson, don't fucking lose. Don't fucking lose. Because this nigga...
If James ever made an episode, it's going to be after he whip y'all ass.
Yes. And dude...
Oh my God.
Bro,
oh my God.
He's probably...
I can't even tell you what he's going to look like.
No, and that's the thing. There's no way of knowing, bro. There's no way of fucking knowing.
Surprise everybody.
Yeah. And then he'll pull some shit out on you, too. Goodness. Look, Kareem, I'm just saying, dude, I'm seeing it. Obviously, both of our teams are starting hot, And, maybe my team a little bit more hot offensively than yours, to be fair. But, with that being said, bro, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. It's any given Sunday. And I really think the last person you want coming down your throat, especially going into week 4, is Mr. James Robinson.
Whoa, Diddler. Ain't nobody coming down no throats around here, boy. Ain't no Diddy party over here. Ain't no Diddy party over here. We gonna go you got to keep that to yourself. You keep that in Green Bay.
That caught me all the way out.
What is going on?
Hey man, let's get to Axel's game. Come on, dog.
All right, bro. New Orleans Saints. We'll just let that to be continued, like Papa said. Miss Axelroy. The New Orleans Saints got them a little interesting thing going up against some Sea Chickens, bro. How you feeling about it? Obviously, Sam Darnold isn't complete ass water, but I mean, you got a lot of things that are going there. So
can't even think right after all that.
No cap.
Oh man.
Holy shit, that was crazy.
Man, I'm just gonna say the same thing as like what I've been talking about. Sam Darnold, most of their star players that have been leading in anything, same amount of touchdowns they've matched with interceptions, the same amount of touchdowns they have in rushing are matched with fumbles. So I think it's a good team that the defense, if they step up, can make some good plays. I think we just have to not lose to ourselves and make dumb decisions. Spencer Rattler just needs to show his poise that he's starting to grow and continue to grow and do all that. Saints 17-14.
Ooh,
okay.
Slow and boring game, I think.
Okay.
I can see that happening.
Honestly,
What's Kamara doing? I haven't heard too much about Kamara.
Kamara celebrated the team's 1,000th touchdown against the Superdome last week, I believe, or the week before. Cam Jordan has now tied Drew Brees' record as the most long.
Oh boy! Hold on. We'll be right back. Well. Now, Los Angeles Rams have entered the chat in a surprising twist of events. James Robinson, how you doing, bud?
What it do?
Now,
hey, dog.
These Eagles over here talking about you, man. They over here talking about you, man. He said belt to ass.
I see he got his hat on. He got his belt. He got his gap. I see everything. I see what he got rocking over there. It's cool. But all I gotta say, ain't no snow in the forecast Sunday, player.
You know,
ain't no snow in the forecast.
Because I just went through it with them, right? So I said, I gotta replay the conversation we had. I said, James, how many times did we play you?
Twice.
James, how many times did we beat you?
You beat me twice.
James, how many times did it snow?
Once.
My point exactly. I rest my case, everybody. I don't know why he's talking about snow.
But you know,
I don't know why he's talking about snow.
but you know what though? But you know what? But you know what? That first game, you talking about that first game y'all beat us when our offensive line was hurt?
Last time I checked, this was the
That's
NFL.
The game you talking about? Hey, Darnell, hey, Cuzzo, Imorie. Didn't I say we was gonna lose that game?
He did.
People got
He did.
Hold on, Kareem. Hush up now. James is speaking. James is speaking. Let him speak.
He did say that.
I told Cuz because I gave a whole rundown on my season. And I told Cuz we gonna lose that game.
The most
I told everybody
prediction
we gonna
on the
lose
show.
that game because we was hurt. I said we had to win one out of the two big games. That was either against y'all and I forgot the other team. But we lost to y'all and we beat the other team. So at the end of the day, man, I don't be sitting here, you know what I'm saying, just coughing up no hoax because I got a little gear and shit. I got a hat, you know, I got a belt at home, and I feel like I can get dressed up and talk shit to a nigga who at work and can't really defend himself. But I like your beard, though. But all I'm saying, ain't no snow Sunday. We own that ass, and you better hope Barkley get another big run because that's the only thing that saved that ass. Because y'all didn't really have no offense, and your corner's trash. So Stafford gonna eat that ass up.
Hey, I'm gonna put Matthew Stafford in this week. I'm putting Matthew Stafford in this week.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the way y'all struggle with the Cowboys, bro, y'all ain't fit a whole Puka Nacua and Devontae player.
You're not.
That's why I just said one. At least
y'all got a long day. You got a long day, my nigga.
At least one of them quarterbacks gonna do.
And I'm down for all of it. We can lose, win. I'm still gonna be talking my shit. I'm gonna have my hat. I'm gonna have my belt. But we gonna get right back to it. But this is what I'm gonna tell you right now. I ain't never scared. Neither Jalen Hurts, neither Saquon Barkley. So we can all get to it if we really got to do it. You feel me?
You know what? That's why I'm glad we serve such a great God, boy. Because you know what? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be available for us to watch together. And on your ass, I go. You hear me?
I'm gonna put that game on the big screen.
My mama from North Philly, my papa from uptown. I ain't never been motherfucking scared. I was born ready to go to war with anybody.
Don't worry about it.
We can do this all day.
Don't worry about it. I'm from St. Louis. Show me state.
Hey,
Louis.
Show me state.
He said St. Louis.
Show me state.
Talk to James.
Show me state.
Hold on. Let's make this. Hold on, Kareem. Yip. Let's put a bet on the line. Let's make a bet.
What's bet?
Y'all both talk between y'all two. What's it gonna be?
I don't even gamble, but what's the bet? I'm with it.
Ooh, Kareem, what you got?
Like I said, y'all tap in with each other.
Yeah, can tap in, bro. We here. You got the council.
Yeah, you might need a day. About that.
I like my guy, man. I like my guy, man. They're gonna be fun, man. I enjoy y'all. So I want all the smoke.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm with it.
Oh my God,
I want all the smoke.
So James,
make sure you had that hat on Sunday now.
Ooh.
Be on my head.
Sounds like we might have a watch party in the spike with this one.
You know what?
We might have to.
You know, I really hope I don't get locked up for wounding an eagle. You know, you go to prison for that shit.
Oh yeah. And assassination animal right there.
Just like your wide receivers going to Guantanamo Bay, they getting locked the fuck down. You go straight to fucking with an eagle. You go straight to the you heavy.
I told you.
I just want to make sure we hear each other. You know what I mean?
That ain't what I heard the last couple weeks, dog.
I offered the ball.
Quarterbacks is finna get.
I need to make sure everybody hear me when we talking.
Bruh, I'm pretty good at this shit, man. I don't lie on my team. And one thing I do know, bro, y'all Super Bowl champs. Y'all starting out 2-0, bro. But y'all games didn't just look that awesome. Y'all just a good team. My team grow together. And you see my progress week to week. So all I'm trying to tell you is week 3, we both 2-0, my nigga. You got a long day, cool. Matter of fact, go marinate the ass cheeks Friday night, man.
Listen, You
got smooth belt coming first.
Came on. It was the most diddling thing I ever heard in my life.
Hey.
He's like you a little too much. You need to
Hey, man. Come on now.
Y'all got to relax.
Look, guys, obviously.
I'm finna go back to work.
Yeah, I was gonna say, James, also, guys, thank you guys so much for watching the Spike Podcast. We're going into week 3. Shit's gonna get crazier. This nigga talking about belt to ass. This nigga over here on the clock talk about marinate the ass. Some feelings gonna get hurt. As always, my name is Lex, representing the Green Bay Packers, joined by the special guest, Mr. James Robinson, representing the LA Rams, Axel representing the Saints, Devontae representing the Cowboys, we got Papa representing Detroit, we got Mr. Levon Lay representing the bitter Bears, and then we got this shithead Eagles fan, Kareem Reed. This is the Spike Podcast, and we'll see you guys next week.